Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 15 of RollPlay Swan Song. It's time to find out what everyone's been up to. We're going to start with Geoff, who's just got home from Las Vegas. Geoff, how was the drive?
Yo. I'm quite good at driving to Vegas. I went from Emeryville to Vegas in 7.5 hours down there.
Damn.
Without getting a speeding ticket. And then on the way back, I impressed even myself with 5 hours.
Yeah, but how much of that are you going downhill?
Don't know. That's a really good question. Not sure how much of that's downhill, but a lot of it's going like 90 plus. So
Nice.
Downhill. Downhill.
Vegas, it's actually snowing just outside of Vegas. That was kind of weird. We pulled out of Vegas, and then 15 miles later, there's mountains
Really?
coated in snow, which is kind of interesting.
Huh. Was that to the north?
Yeah, towards California.
That's weird. We had it's not really snow. We had ice, but it rained freezing ice all morning. So I was up at 6 a.m. because it was fucking hitting my window for like 4+ hours. It was terrible. I couldn't sleep at all.
Yeah, you don't like the cold. You were complaining about that earlier, right?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that Texas is not equipped for it. The city's been shut down. You can't order any food. You can't really drive anywhere. They didn't salt any of the roads. Like people are
rain.
No, because of freezing rain. Like it's still frozen outside, so there's ice everywhere.
Okay.
So Texas is
Freezing,
like,
man.
What do we do? It's cold. I don't understand. So yeah, you can't go anywhere today. Pretty much everything was shut down. All the schools were closed, et cetera, et cetera.
So you'll just have to do your computer stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
today.
yeah. So for me, it's like great because nothing changes except I can't go out and get food. But I did that last night because I'm smart. So
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, I don't know why we're talking about that. What was in Vegas? What'd you go to Vegas for, and how'd it go?
I went for the LVO, which is basically the Super Bowl of Warhammer tournaments. It caps off the ITC, which is the Independent Tournament Circuit. It's kind of like the big league of Warhammer. It was really, really fun. I unfortunately did not do as well as I wanted to. I won the first game pretty easily, and then the second game I played a good player who, when I say he cheated, I mean it was inadvertent. He was giving a weapon and a power. It was poison to Nurglings that he thought they had, but they did not. And in a ridiculous, even with poison, these are like little bug guys that are not, they're just troops. They're not meant to do much. But they actually took off the final wound of my big bad barbed Herodule. And in a kill point game, it swung everything around, and that's why I lost. And I was super sad. And then the next day, he comes tromping over, and he's like, hey, I feel terrible. And at dinner with my buddies, I found out I cheated you. I want to give you the win. And I was like, oh, that's a really stand-up thing of you to say that, And so we go over to the judges, and they make the right call, but they will not reverse the score because it would mess up the pairings, and it would kind of throw the tournament for a loop.
Bullshit,
but the real
man.
fucked up part about it is 1 year earlier, the opposite happened. I won a game. A guy is like, no, we score, we go to sleep. The next day, he comes and says, hey, I was totally on that objective. I should have won that game. And I'm like,
I remember you saying that.
Sucks to be you, I guess. I don't remember it that way at all. Like, I'm pretty sure we did it okay. And he's like, no, totally remember it. I got perfect memory. And I'm like, no.
I've got a perfect.
I'm like looking around in a dreamy state. I'm like, is anyone seeing this man molest me right now? Like, it's my first Warhammer tournament, so I didn't know what etiquette was, and what is okay and stuff. We go to the judges, same guys, my buddies, and they're like, Geoff, do you want to reverse the score? And I'm looking at them with these doe eyes of like, I don't know what's okay here. And the guy's like, come on, man, I drove all the way over here. I could still win the tournament. And I'm like, okay, you can have the win. So I'm literally on both sides of this judgment. And they were super apologetic, and they're going to buy me a bunch of stuff to make up for it, basically. But that was sad. But otherwise, great time. I ended up still finishing third in the overall season, and I got myself $250 for that third place.
Did you pay for the plane ticket?
Yeah.
It's in esports money, guys. It's $250 million, and in Warhammer money, it's actually $2.5 trillion.
This feels like I know that this is going to blow the 09ers' minds, but that makes me feel a little bit like 2001, 2002.
Oh, it's got that vibe. We streamed for the first time in their tournament ever. We have really good gear because there's a Warhammer guy who's the COO of Black Magic cameras, and they're fantastic cameras. So we hooked them up. But it was really funny commentating for the first time, and people are like, the camera angles are shit! Like, Get it on the table, and they're experiencing all the problems we had in Brood War. Like they don't have sound canceling headsets yet, so we can't say too much because the table is 5 feet away. We're learning what kind of camera angles you could possibly use. Like dice rolls are important, but also kind of boring. And then how close can you get to the table because these models are gorgeous, but if you're too far back, you can't even tell what's going on. So they're like entering into the world of streaming games, which is like adorable because I feel like I'm doing it again. You know, I've been there close to the ground zero of the previous one. So it's really fun. It's awesome. I love the community. Had a great time. I did win Best Tyranids for the ITC too, which was my big goal. I can call myself, you know, arguably the best Tyranid player in the circuit, which is the country, basically. It's not obviously super true, especially since the guy that actually won the fucking tournament was another Tyranid player, LOL, which like never happens. And he did it with this awesome list, so it's really, really cool. But had a great time. Anna came out. She saw Warhammer for the first time. And that's a big test. It was good. She got to help and contribute and work. So I was like, how'd you like Warhammer, honey? She's like, well, you know, I like it, and as long as there's something for me to do, I think I like it more. She's like, I'm glad I came out on Saturday as opposed to Friday. I think 3 days of Warhammer would be a bit much, which is an awesome thing to say, because honestly, it's 3 games a day, 2 hours and 45 minutes a game. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of watching something you don't understand, so she gets MVP for the week. But I'm super stoked. My list is... I'm not being too hard on myself. I went 3-3, but one game I should have won and was cheated. And the last game, had it gone past turn 5 because it's random turns, I would have won that as well. And he's again a really good player. So it sucks going 3-3 when you have expectations of winning, but I'm hopeful of the future. But because this guy won with such a cool ass list, I'm home and I'm like counting my Gene Stealers, which are also garbage units, and I'm like, can I make Gene Stealers work? Because that guy's so fucking cool. He made Lictors work. Oh my god. So it's kind of fun.
Did you do anything else in Vegas?
Yes.
What'd you
okay,
go?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
So it's not all just Warhammer for the people that are like, I don't care. Went and saw the Cirque du Soleil show, the water one.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good. I've seen a ton of Cirque du Soleil, and the water element's really awesome, and the art is cool. But as far as stunts go, it wasn't the most impressive one that I've seen. So if people have the option, you might want to think about it that way. We went to one stupid restaurant that's... Well, I say stupid because it's stupidly fancy. It was the one at the Bellagio that overlooks the fountains. It's called Jasmine. It's called Jasmine. It's really good.
Who's
but we
the
sit
chef
in
there?
I don't fucking know. No. Okay. Some Asian guy. We walk in, we sit down. We look at the menus, and the first thing we see is like sea cucumber mucus membranes mixed with shark fin soup over with a meager price of $399. We look at this, and I'm like, what in the fuck are we doing here right now? But we carved out plebeian from there, and we found amazing food. And one of my favorite moments of that was our buddy pulls out a string of plastic from his meal, like just a tube of plastic. He's like, hey, I found plastic in my food, in the 55-year-old career, matron server who's like this amazing experienced guy comes over and goes, no, that's a bean sprout. That's a bean sprout. And he's like, oh. He's like, no, it's plastic. And he goes, that's a bean sprout. And he like walks away. And then he like unfolds it. It's plastic. And he comes back over and he goes, that's plastic. Let me take that from you. Thank you. And he walked away and like gave us free dessert. It was pretty funny.
Nice. Free dessert?
Yeah,
could have choked on that shit, man. He should have ordered the fucking sea membrane shit and then said, "My meal is free."
We could have freaked out, I think, and then gotten free food, but none of us wanted to do.
You don't want to be that asshole.
What was there a specific reason you guys chose that place?
It had vegetarian options, and Anna was recommended it from a friend.
Gotcha. Okay. Next time you need a recommendation in Vegas, let me know.
Oh, and JP, last thing, real quick. I know I'm hogging up all the time. Anna had lunch with Miss Hawaii from the time that she ran.
Oh yeah, how's Miss Hawaii doing?
She's doing really well.
I still have that picture somewhere.
She was the one that won the internet's heart when Anna was doing.
When me and Kennegat were doing we shoutcasted Miss America or some stupid shit back in the day. It's still available on my Twitch VODs, I think.
She's there.
Yeah, and she sent me a picture. That's cool.
She's doing awesome. She's just doing modeling in Vegas and doing whatever extremely hot women do.
Yeah, sure. Makes
That's what
sense.
she does.
Makes sense. Yeah. Next time you're in Vegas, go to Craft Steak. It's Tom Colicchio's place. It's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go
Craft
to, or just go to STK. It's in the
That's
Cosmo.
also good.
Cosmo.
I knew I fucked up. I should have texted you. You're the food guy for every freaking city. Okay, I'll do
try.
it.
I mean, you can't really go, like, you can throw a stone in Vegas and find a good place to eat, really, because it's
Yeah.
Vegas. But yeah. I want to go to Craft Steak because I'm a huge fan of Tom Colicchio. So I want someone that's been there to tell me how good it is. We'll try next time. Wheat, you had your big announcement on Friday. You had a weekend. It's back to work on Monday. How you doing?
I'm doing a lot of work, dude. I'm doing a lot of work. So I'll keep it short and sweet since Geoff just read us a novel. All right. Oftentimes we talk about the things that we eat on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that I have discovered a flavor that is not only mind-blowing, but might be right up there with red licorice. It's from a company called Animal, ANML, and it's called Looper. And when you vape it, it tastes like Fruit Loops. But when you exhale it, it tastes like the milk that the Fruit Loops sat in.
No,
See, I thought
that's
they called
not
it-
a thing.
Chemical
they called it
fucking
Looper
wizardry
I
happening.
thought they called it Looper because when you breathe it in, it tastes like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and when you breathe it out, it tastes
wow.
like Bruce
No.
Willis.
Yeah.
Nice.
fucking
I like that
amazing.
joke.
That was a good
That
joke.
is
Fucking
classy
that.
as shit.
It's a good joke right there from Adam Koebel.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap that too. I like that.
Thank you.
That's
Sorry,
good.
sometimes they're all right.
That was good.
That joke was bad. This E-Juice is good. Don't be like Adam's joke. No, I'm not trying to sell this, but, oftentimes people ask me what the fuck I'm vaping. This stuff is amazing. It's the first thing that I've ever had that's not red licorice that I like.
You're gonna have that at East. Can I try
Yeah,
it at East?
dude. JP, you will be like, I'm ordering a rig the moment I get home. Get me this fucking juice.
I don't
In
know,
fact,
man.
Get me what you have left over.
We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. It'll be a hard sell. Adam Koebel, how's it going, sir?
It's going good. Still playing Monster Hunter. Still loving the shit out of
I
it.
saw you tweet that picture. Was it this morning or yesterday morning?
Yeah, yesterday of the new armor that I made. Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
offensive armor. I'm still in the first third of the game, but
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
what is it? Tier? What's rank?
I don't even.
I forget.
Yeah,
how-
there's
I think it's rank.
multiplayer has rank, but this is I've got a defensive set and I've got an attack set, and then I'm gonna start having to build sets that'll protect me against shit, and then I can start mixing and matching. And the game is incredibly tedious in the way that World of Warcraft is tedious. You just do the same shit over and over.
Oh yeah.
But I can't help it. I love it. I can't stop myself. Yeah, mostly doing that. I did after you guys did West Marches, I did the last GM turn for
Yeah.
Swan Song.
I didn't watch it, but I did host it.
That's
I didn't want to
good.
watch it because of
It's a little
spoilers.
spoilery, yeah.
Yeah. I saw you
Um,
doing stuff for Andoni, so I kind of have an idea of what. I caught the 5 seconds of that and I turned it off.
Ooh. Oh, JP, God.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
doing the
I
new
was-
stuff again. I'm so glad they're doing. I read your thing as well. I love that people are doing that. That
I
was
know.
one of my
Yeah,
favorite.
they're on it too. The audio Galactic News Network thing was right away.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're good.
I think isn't the entire drug that was made up by them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just threw it out there.
Blue Fever, so good.
Wait, that was
Yep.
fan made? The whole
Yeah,
thing?
the Blue Fever thing was a throwaway comment from I think one of those Galactic News Network things.
Fucking
Wow.
Fucking
Yeah,
Pretty
you know
cool.
it. Into the game it goes.
And pretty cool of Adam to incorporate it, by the way. I
alright.
like that.
I like the Looper joke better than Adam, but
Yeah, it's true.
We keep Adam around for his jokes.
JP, that's what we call a legacy. Because I'm gonna die, but that joke will never die.
it will never die.
It
We're
will
gonna
live
get-
forever.
It'll be on your tombstone.
You know what, though? Our memory of Wheat's Fruit Loop thing, I can't remember what he was talking about. That'll die. I think we'll forget about that tomorrow.
Yeah, and then you'll taste it. You'll be like, "Oh my God, we
You'd be like,
speaks
oh,
the
Joseph
truth."
Gordon in my mouth. It's delicious.
He's
breathe
kind
out
of
Bruce
delicious,
Willis.
Adam. I won't lie.
It's true. It's probably true.
But see, JP is he's.
I want to. You've got me, and I will try it at PAX East. I will tweet the second. I probably won't tweet the second night. I will tweet eventually about the taste of it, and we'll have a discussion on the next episode of Swan Song.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is delicious.
There you go. That'll be my tweet. That'll be my tweet. That'll be the tweet, and I'll tag him in it too, so he's like, "What the fuck?" But whatever. Well, we're not even gonna. I was gonna say something really profoundly stupid, but anyways. Steven, last but not least, have you recovered from Saturday's episode of the West Marches?
No, in fact, I'm now like incredibly sick as a result of Saturday's episode of the West Marches.
That's what happens when you play with those fucking miscreants, man.
We may get the chance to talk a little bit about how to deal with a situation like that on this week's Being Everything Else, which is on Friday evening.
What happened? I have no idea.
Right. Well, it was
nothing really happened. It was just.
It was Laura Nene. It was Eat My Diction and Gassy Mexican. And they all got ridiculously drunk the night beforehand and made up their characters. So, like, Laura Nene's character, with JP egging them on, of course. So Laura Nene's character's name was Vajgert. And
look, let's just tell the full story. So we tell that we can't. There's a woman. There was an internet story on Jezebel or some shit, and she made yogurt with her own vaginal secretions because it has
stop.
reactions in it.
A little bit.
And so we told that to Renee, and she was like, "That's my character's name," and then it just went from there.
Yeah.
But oh my god!
Actually, when playing with that group, like they were actually really engaged with like messing with stuff. So it was actually very fun on my side to like play with them and get them to mess with things.
Yeah. I told
there's a weird balance there between characters that you think you'll never be on the show again. So you're just like, I'm just gonna do whatever crazy shit I can think of.
That's me every week, and then I'm still alive somehow. Except for Tonk.
And didn't you play another new character last week?
I did. I played Captain Coke.
Now he has a lower level character he can go adventuring with people with.
Yep.
So other than that, people were asking, like, I got my hair cut, so this is what it looks like without my headphones on.
Yeah. Looks like
nice.
Now I'm gonna have an even harder time telling you and Adam apart.
They also trimmed my beard. And they did an amazing job with like making my beard look dope.
I looked at that place that you tweeted out the establishment. They knew what they were doing. You could tell by the hipsterness of their level of hipsterness was over 9,000 for sure.
With your hair curling this way though, it looks like you're trying to make a T out of your head. Like it's like a
I actually
up
like
and then it's gonna go out.
I want to get it pulled back more, so I have to figure out how to do that. So, like, you know, like I've never done anything with my hair other than have it be hair. So I'm like trying a whole bunch of new products. So this is the first day I tried sea salt spray in my hair.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And I've got some curling cream, so I'm probably going to use that tomorrow and see what that does with it.
Cream,
Don't do the curling cream, Steven. Get some of this for your beard.
There's something about Mary.
Yes, you know, actually, I was thinking about that.
They had a crazy idea in that movie too that I've been trying.
What is this? What is this, JP?
Bluebeard's original beard saver. Get
it?
Conditioning lotion that you put in, and then you just leave it there. You can also style your beard with it.
Or you could just let your beard grow out of your face like a human man.
Nope.
And don't touch it, and just let it.
I guarantee you that beard is starchy and itchy.
I actually use I use a little bit of tea tree oil and like argan oil. And,
beard oil is the shit.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are wondering at this point in time, by the way, djWHEAT and I would like to collectively answer and say, fuck off. We ain't doing it. We are baby face, we love it, okay? That's how we do. That's how we roll.
That's what happens. I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I look older. And then I shave, I'm like, man, I'm 17 again. Go.
Yeah.
I mean, you do look you do look like a 15-year-old boy.
I'm going to talk about something this week because I'm very excited. I'm speaking at MIT next. I can't even get through without laughing. At MIT next week.
please wear what you're wearing now when you do it too.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to look. I'm going to try to look as homeless as possible when I walk in. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know how it's connected. I just wanted to say that.
What are you speaking of?
It gets better. Me, Renee, who was on the West Marches, Ellaheim, and Scott, a.k.a. Sir Scoots, will be talking about streaming at the MIT Game Symposium.
And is Joshua Gray or Slasher going to be the moderator this year?
No, that was the first thing I looked for. TL Taylor, actually, will be the moderator for this.
Okay.
So. That's next Thursday. I believe it will be streamed as well.
Slasher's still missing.
Good job, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
He's still what?
Missing, man.
Well, he's.
No, he showed up with that app. They took over his his Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's totally a robot, dude.
You think he's just a
robot? I'm pretty sure I talked to an android. Yeah.
Nice.
You're just like, hey guys, sorry I've been gone a whole long time. Here's an app. It's great. Here's Nap, it's great. Here's Nap, it's great. Here's Nap, it's great. Here's Nap, it's great.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like, you okay, dude? He's like, yeah, I am. Here's Nap. It's great.
Now that we've
Fuck
talked
off!
about him for like the last 2 minutes, he'll probably be summoned in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
That's
It's
what
gonna show up in
happens.
chat.
You gotta say slasher and like look at a mirror or something, and he shows up behind
It's the
you.
new Bloody Mary.
It's Bloody Mary.
Exactly.
Candyman.
All right, that's the intro. We're done. I don't know. Congrats to everyone that just skipped. You missed the announcement of Dark Heresy coming back. Adam, please talk.
You're getting a ton of mileage out of that troll.
I'll win one of
I
these
will-
tournaments, guys. Don't worry.
I will
Yeah,
always troll with that because it's
Yeah,
always
motivational game. It's cool.
One of these times.
What's
All
going on, Adam?
right.
It's
So
a
let's.
race between me winning a tournament or TB killing cancer. I don't know what he's got to do. All right, one or the other.
So let's just pick up where we left off. The Swan Song is in high orbit over the scorched remnants of the planet of Andoni. You're about an hour and a half arrival behind the warship formerly known as the Harridan's Heart. Now probably we'll just refer to as the Warmind. So it's vanished. And as you might imagine, the comms board of the Swan Song is just like blowing up, like steady stream, several hundred messages at a time, constant like Mayday signals coming from the planet. Some, they're backlogged from, an hour and a half ago and you're still in real space. So some are like, there's a strange ship over the planet. What's going on? Like, come in. And then they slowly, as you watch them come in, they get worse and worse, where they're like, what's happening? Like, buildings are falling down. Why is the sky that color? Like, oh God, please help. And then eventually they're all just like, they get reduced down. Like less and less of them are video or audio messages. And some of them are just like emergency broadcasts with coordinates. But there are 2 messages that the Swan Song receives directly that are intended. They're not blast broadcasts. They're targeted for you. One is an encrypted message. You can't, you'd have to open it to read where it's from, but you can't see who or where it comes from. The other is a message addressed to Victor Kovacs.
Adam, he's dead.
Oh, I know. I know.
So the one that's encrypted is not. It's not addressed to anyone.
No, it's just aimed at the Swan Song. Like they have your comm frequency and beamed it at you, but it's
Sure.
on
So let me go ahead and decrypt that.
Okay. Make a computers check. This one's fairly easy. We'll say target 5. Yeah, you got it.
Dat 9.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's an encrypted SOS from Rajani Van Dorn. It's sent to you, but it looks like it's not meant necessarily just for the Swan Song. It's basically addressed to any friendly ship in the system. And it basically just says like planetary disaster, stop, requesting pickup, stop, situation dire, full stop, and there's coordinates. I mean, you have the coordinates in the ship from before, like they're still at that bunker that you left them at. But they're looking for an escape from the planet.
They're still at the bunker.
Yeah. Rajani and her crew. Remember, you landed with them, like you dropped them off on Andoni, and then went to get the Warmind. So they're still on the planet.
So they're on the planet.
Yeah, when all this shit went down.
Okay, we have their coordinates.
Yeah.
Okay, and I want to open the Victor Kovacs one.
Okay. So this message is an audio message. It doesn't have any encryption. It was just sent to Victor's last known address. The audio comes in, and it's date stamped from about when the ship arrived. So it's one of the earlier ones. It says, "Cousin, I got the money you sent me. Thank you so much. Something is going on here. I'm safe for now, but I think something bad is going to happen. Please, if you're nearby, can you come and get me? I'll be at these coordinates as long as it is safe." And then it lists some coordinates for you.
Was he on? Do we know where he was at?
I mean, you've got the coordinates on the planet, yeah.
But it was Andoni.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
While you're listening to that message, another message comes in from Mustafa Lee.
Okay.
It's just
Is that
a
to the
text.
ship or is that just
That one's to the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
opened that immediately.
Okay. It says it's like transfers complete. If you're still in system, I think Rajani needs a ride. And at the bottom, it's got like an encryption key for like a secure bank transfer.
Who is Rajani?
That's who we
Rajani, yeah, Rajani Van Dorn. You picked her up in Tovar and dropped her off here. She's Mustafa's buddy.
She is
yeah,
the
that's right.
prefers other ladies lady.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah, and there's a what? Encrypted bank account info?
Well, there's just like a key for activating it's like a e-transfer or whatever, basically. So you
Wilbur Higgins is trying to figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, I'm just
take it.
I'm like scratching it and smelling it and seeing if it smells.
Yeah, it's just like a hash key.
I put it into the ship's accounting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean you get paid the 300,000 credits you were promised.
Oh yeah.
What at 350?
I will mention it was 300. I'll mention that the ship is a month behind on payment and 3 months behind on maintenance.
Is there any maintenance area near us, or did they all pull out when it started getting bombarded?
This is the only planet, the only occupied planet in the system. Though there is a moon base. There's a Richardson Scientific moon base orbiting Gunhill 8, I think.
Would we think that has the ability to repair and replenish?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably convince them to do maintenance on the ship for you. Like that, they're not a garage, but I mean, you have a lot of money now, so.
So we need to get rid of our maintenance, or at least our payments. We need to make a couple payments, and then split all this up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So maintenance is 3,230, like 3,230 a month. And then your minimum payment is 8,220 a month. But if you pay more, obviously it'll take off the interest and all that.
Who wants to do the math? I'll give you the better split.
8,220. And we're a month behind.
Yeah. I mean, you're at the end of this month, and you should have paid them on the first.
And our 33,000 is what?
No, you have 300,000 credits that you just got paid.
No, I'm sorry. What do we owe for maintenance?
Oh, 3,230 a month. It's not owed, but like that's how much maintenance costs.
Right, like that's how much we're gonna have to spend it.
Yeah, but the last time you did maintenance was in April.
Okay, so we're just gonna take 100,000 out to pay for our maintenance, and then what? Why don't we just pay a few months forward, you guys?
Yep.
Sure.
So 5 months.
If you can't, I mean, you can't really pay months forward. You can pay as much as you want now, but if you want to set aside some money, yeah, you can do that.
We can't pay.
You can pay as much as you want now. It'll just mean less months overall, but they take it off the end, right? Like as it is, if you pay your minimum payment, you'll be paying for the ship for another 9 years.
Right.
So sinking money, sink a ton of money in now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make, we'll make the equivalent of 3 months, and then another one on top of that because we owe this month.
Yeah.
And it's 8,220.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll just say another 33,000.
Okay.
So 133, right? Okay. Divided by 4, $71,675.
That's how much we have left?
That's how much we each get.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
How much?
It's a lot of money.
Wait, that is right?
Yeah.
My math is.
I mean,
yeah.
okay,
How
so
much
you're
was
paying.
that? Plus what?
You got 300,000, and you're paying 33 grand for. You're throwing a big payment this month. That leaves you with 267,000. And then how much more do you want to take out for? You're behind at least 3 months maintenance, but it wouldn't be bad to have like some set aside for months you don't get paid or whatever.
Right,
Like,
but you said
leave
we're
something
behind, right?
Yeah. You missed
Wait.
May, June, and July's maintenance window.
No. I'm totally wrong.
It's only $3K a month on maintenance.
It's 41,750 is what we get.
Hold on. 41,750?
Yeah, 41,750. And that came from 30. We're spending 33,000 on basically like for ownership of the ship, and then we're putting aside 100,000 to use because we really we're flying a piece of shit according to Woo. So is that good? Everyone add that?
Yep.
I'm waiting for it to be official. So how much is it?
You son of a bitch.
41,750.
Yeah, each person gets 41,750 apiece. And that's assuming none of you want to like sink any money into upgrading the ship or anything like that.
Well, let's get to a place where we could potentially do that.
You can talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Later.
So how does that occur? Does that just show up in our bank accounts? Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean you can just do transfers from there.
So I guess I'm in my my quarters and I see that kind of like come through. I don't really adjust to my seat at all. I just go, "Hey, Woo, get in here."
Okay. All right. Yeah. So a few minutes, like Woo comes in, he's like wearing his coveralls, all like covered in grease. He's got like a wrench. Actually, the wrench you threatened to hit him with before. Like pokes his head around the corner. It's like, "You rang."
Hey, Woo, how much you think you're worth?
I like to think
first mate.
my value is not measured in mere credits, but in.
So you don't want to get paid?
Well, no, I don't. I don't mean that. I'm just saying, above and beyond the credits, I'm sure you would love to give me. I'm worth so much as a member of the crew, as a dear personal friend. But this is a complicated question. How much you want to give me? Do we get paid?
You're learning good, son. I just kind of just keep nodding at him, and then I hand him one of the bottles that I've already poured a drink for myself in, and then hand him a drink or hand him a cup after that.
Okay.
And I'm just like, take a shot with me, Woo.
Okay. He looks at it like he pours the drink and he's like, should we toast something? I mean, a planet just got blown up.
Let's toast to the planet getting blown up.
Here's to exploding planets. Yeah.
Exploding planets, and I clink it together.
Okay. Drinks.
I need your bank account, Woo.
Okay. And he gets you like the transfer number from his like compad.
Okay. I transfer over 30,000 credits.
30 of the 40 you just got?
Yes.
Wow. You're paying this guy well. Okay. Cool. He is pretty excited about that. He's like, this is a lot of money. Everybody else get this much?
They got a little bit more, but yeah.
He's like, I don't want to say anything that's going to result in me getting paid worse, but you shouldn't pay me this much. I go buy my own ship.
Will you save my life?
He nods. He's like, okay, I'll keep saving your life. You keep paying me.
Okay. Oh. Don't share this with anyone. You have a good day now.
Okay. Yeah, he takes the hint and leaves.
Yeah. I just kind of like shut the door, put the music back on.
Okay.
So let's go to the station?
Yeah, sure. So you want to go to the Richardson Scientific Outpost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you going to send word that you're coming first, or are you just going to head there?
Yeah, we should probably also send a message to Mustafa saying that we will be picking them up after making some repairs.
Okay. So who's sending those messages? And
I mean, do we think they'll be able to survive while we're like right over Andoni, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we pick up Rajani and Kovacs's whatever before we go?
So
I don't know. Should we?
I don't know. Like, does anybody have the planetology skill? Ecology or science, I guess, like some kind of science skill would be appropriate for trying to figure out like survivability on a planet that's just been hit by these weapons.
I'm afraid I don't.
Hey, so Pi. No, I got nothing.
Okay, yeah, I mean like a tech tech post tech maybe.
I got I'll give a tech post tech roll.
Okay. We'll say difficulty is 9.
Oh Jesus.
For this.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
Okay. The planet looks fucked up. It's hard to say. Like sections of the atmosphere seem to have been burned away. Like the atmosphere is all thin now because there's like parts of it that have been evaporated. There's land masses that seem to be like completely wrecked. Sections that are still on fire. The whole thing's all smoky. It's hard to say.
Does anyone else have post tech?
It's gonna be winter there for a while.
I got some Maltech.
Can anyone else determine what will happen to us if we try to go there in this condition?
I mean, like common sense, you probably need if you have suits for like getting out onto the planet and stuff and avoiding radiation, that kind of stuff would help. But
yeah.
What about the ship?
I mean, deep space is a lot more radiated than a planet that's been like nuked.
All right.
I mean, you're constantly pummeled by like gamma radiation and shit out in space. So the Swan Song will be fine for the most part. The sensors might have some problems, but the ship will be okay otherwise.
All right.
Like punch a hole in the hull or something.
Let's go get her.
Okay, before you do that, let's do a quick fuel and life support check. Whoever's keeping track of that action.
I think I have some information on that. Let me take a look. Stars Without Number, the Swan Song. I don't know. It's been forever. I've got life support available for 20 person days.
Okay.
And 2 hexes of fuel.
Okay, so you have enough fuel to jump pretty much wherever you need to get out of here. The life support you're going to want to refuel before you make a jump. But
yeah,
okay,
But we could refuel in system at Richardson, right?
I mean, maybe, right? Like they're equipped for their own ships. They're not a depot, but they might be able to help depending on what's going on there.
Well, we've got a lot of money.
You do have a lot of money now. You're balling directly out of control.
Kind of as they're discussing this, though, I say to them, like, they don't necessarily need to know that we have a lot of money, by the way.
No. We also have fuel scoops, so we could just refuel around Star.
It's true. Scooping.
You make it sound so easy.
Just skim it. No problem.
So, yeah, like, I guess I radio Higgs and I say, Monsieur Higgins, is it time for the 4th annual Swan Song crew meeting?
Is this the 4th one that we were about to do? Is that? Pi, how many annual meetings have we had?
There's a long pause, and then Pi says, that question is more complicated than you think it is, Higgs. I think you think that it's been 3.
Yes, this would be the 4th, Prosper. It would. Do we need a meeting?
Well, it depends on if we want to decide whether or not we pick up Brajani Van Dorn and this, your former crewmate's second cousin, or if we go fuel up first and then come back and find them all potentially dead.
Mr. S.
Captain, what say you?
Mr. S, check in. You here? Hello?
Yes. I'm in the room.
Piani, you here?
Yeah, of course.
All right, we're going to vote. Woo, you don't get a vote because no one cares about you, so it's just us 4. Prosper, what do you vote?
Oh, we could always stand to make some money. I vote we pick them up.
Mr. S, please vote.
She's a good woman. We should pick her up.
Piani, please vote.
I don't care, to be honest.
Please vote.
Do you abstain?
Let's just go get her.
All right, with a vote of 3-1 because I'm an asshole. Let's go get her. Hi, no need for the 4th annual meeting. I will make that claim when we need one. It's mine to make. He's like, turn it off.
So I guess I sit down in the chair and I navigate to the coordinates for Rajani Van Dorn.
Okay. Can you make a standard difficulty piloting test for me to safely land the ship?
Space. Is that dexterity based.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, the autopilot like landing protocols are not doing very well in the all the radiation. So yeah, you're struggling to like land safely. You manage to set down, but you're a few K away from where you're not at the facility. There's like a big like storm, and you have to cut through it, and you land on the planet, but you're a ways away. Like it'll take some time to get there on foot.
Yeah.
So to give you an idea, like coming down through the atmosphere, it's all like kind of like nuclear winter, right? Like the bombs threw up a lot of ash and fire into the sky, and so it's just like midnight everywhere. The atmosphere is thick, lots of black clouds, and then above it, where the cloud you can see through the cloud, the more like flammable elements of the atmosphere have all been ignited, and so there's a layer of like red and like white fire kind of above these black clouds that sort of peers through instead of sunlight. Yeah, when you land, like you can see that in this area, you're not near any major cities, so it's just like open terrain, but it's just like blasted. Like all of the trees and most of the like smaller terrain, like the hills and stuff, have just been flattened. And you land the ship. There's lots of safe places to land, but it's the actual landing process that's tricky.
So Piani flips on the comms and, Pi, give me a breakdown of the atmosphere out there.
Okay. So I don't know enough about chemistry to give you like a real, like it's this much oxygen and whatever, but you can't breathe on the planet without equipment.
What kind of GM do we got to work with around here? God.
It's 86% I don't know him. And yeah, so it's like there's still some oxygen nitrogen mix like in some places, but it's bad. Like you wouldn't be able to stay outside for very long.
Okay.
Yep.
So we need our vac suits.
Yeah, you need the vac suits for sure, or at least rebreathers. Like the ambient radiation level here isn't too bad because you're not at like a major bombing site. But if the wind changes direction, fallout is very much a possibility.
Well, who's to say they even have vac suits?
Yeah, I mean they're in a bunker, right?
Maybe we should contact them first.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'll do that.
Okay. So you boot up your planetary, like the comm system, try to access the Andonian Cultural Protectorate forces, because they have their own satellite network. It's totally offline. Like the government satellite network is just fucked. There's a bunch of like short range, like unofficial like radio frequencies, but cutting through all of that noise to get any kind of signal is really difficult. Can you make a computers test for me, Piani?
Yes.
Wow, nice. Okay. So you managed to separate out, like, and I imagine we get a little, like, short montage of you, like, there's all of these signals, all these waveforms, and you're, like, pulling some of them and putting them in the trash and, like, moving the thing around to find the signal that matches the one that you had before. You do notice there's a repeating signal that broadcasts over all of these ones. It's just a short audio message that seems to be broadcasting on the most powerful signal that's present. So you have that one separated if you want to check it out, but you also find Rajani's, like the Midari, the hidden Midari
I mean, if that
repeater.
one is sort of sticking out, then I definitely would ping it. What does it say?
It's choppy, like it's hard to get it all. The radiation is interfering with it, but you catch a little bit of it. There's a woman's voice, like very authoritative. She repeats the message a few times, once in English, once in Japanese, once in Spanish, and once in what sounds like Latin. And the English one, you catch her name. She says like a rank maybe, and then her first name. You only catch the word Corvus as part of her name. You also catch the words Remnant Legion. And the last half of a set of coordinates, so you don't get the whole coordinates.
And so this signal is like breaking up?
Well, it's a signal that's on repeat, but
right.
The source is far enough away and there's enough interference.
So it's just, right.
You can't get enough, yeah.
So, you know what I could do, though, is that I could just have Pi start looping this in over and over until he can make me a complete version of this message.
Yeah, I would like to do that?
I would like to do that.
Okay. let me see how long it'll take. Okay, so Pi says that. So yeah, Pi is like, I can process this for you. It might take a little while, a few hours. Are you leaving the ship?
We might be leaving the ship, but just for a bit.
It's very dangerous outside.
I know, but we got to pick these people up.
I think so.
I understand. Okay, so do you guys wanna suit up, or do you wanna? Oh, you're gonna message Rajani, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you wanna try and open a channel to her?
Yeah. Open up my channel to her.
Okay. All right. So you get a connection. It's not gonna last very long. It's pretty loose, but yeah, you hear Rajani's voice. There seems to be some other stuff going on. Like she's talking over a bunch of people arguing. You can hear them in the background, and as she's talking, she leaves the room that the argument is in. And then she says, "This is Van Dorn. How did you get these coordinates? Who is this?"
The coordinates came to the ship. We're here to save you, but
I think we are.
we landed a ways away. We need to know if you have vac suits, if you can make it back to the ship.
Is that Piani?
It's Piani.
Huh. Well, that's something. I'm glad you're here. You say you've landed far away?
Well, in case you haven't looked around, the place is a bit fucked up now, isn't it?
Yeah, we saw that.
Do you know what,
we
do you
tried
know what
to
happened?
I don't.
Well, we're going to stay in the bunker. We have food and air and water for...
No, you can't leave you must leave the bunker with us. We've been instructed by Mustafa to come down here and get you.
Oh yes, I intend to leave. I'm just saying it depends on how long it takes you to get here. We'll be fine for a few days if it takes that long, but please hurry. Things are a bit heated in here, as you might imagine.
What do you mean by heated?
She stops talking for a second. You can hear as she's like holding the comm, and you can hear a man and a woman like shouting at each other in a language you don't understand. And then she gets back on and it's like, I mean it both figuratively and literally. So if you could make your way here quickly, that would be much appreciated.
All right, we'll do our best. Keep this communication line open for us.
I will. I'll see what I can do on my end to make sure it stays that way.
By the way, how many people are there with you?
That depends. How much room do you have?
What if I told you we only had room for one?
Well, then I'm the only one here.
Fantastic. We'll see you soon.
Good.
I relay. Oh, it was open comms anyway, so.
Sure, yeah, okay. So you guys all heard that, everybody else on the show.
How far are we?
Well, I don't know. Someone would have to make a navigation roll to find that out.
I will make one. Is that based off int still? Or it doesn't matter.
Yes. Yeah, in this case, you're using the available nav data from the ship's pings. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It'll take you on foot. Like, if you had a vehicle, it'd be a lot faster, but you guys don't. But on foot...
fucking made me get rid of my wheelchair.
That's not a vehicle.
It is if Higgs is pushing.
I suppose. You attach a rocket to the back, you'd be fine. You'd guess, like, less than a full day. Like, probably, like, 12 hours or so. Depends on if you encounter any, like, ogres or, like, wandering wolf packs or whatever. Yeah, but, like, probably around 12 hours, depending on if you go, like, fast or if the weather turns, that kind of stuff.
I mean, we couldn't just fly it.
No,
like,
no.
We tried to land over there, and there's just no way.
Yeah,
okay.
the ship, yeah, it's landed here, and this is where it's going to stay.
Yep.
Yep.
I think I hit level 3 last time. Should I roll my hit points?
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know. Do you want to die in a stairwell, Steven?
Here I go.
Do you remember how?
If I get more than 12, my hit points go up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh my
ones.
God,
That's
Steven.
terrible
Rough.
roll.
That's
Okay.
like your third one.
God,
tonight.
you're so bad at this
Yep.
game.
No, this is the worst. Well, at least I keep my 12.
Yeah.
All right.
It
Good.
is.
We're done.
Okay. Excellent. Well done.
Good game.
Okay, so like Wu is here, like listening to this too, and he's like looking out the viewport at this like burnt orange sky, and turns around and looks at you guys, and he's like, "If it's all the same to you, I'll stay here with the ship."
Wouldn't have it any other way, Woo.
It's like, I'm glad we are in agreement.
Just don't shoot me with a laser.
It's like, I'll try to stay away from the lasers.
Well, get on the laser if we need you to, but that was great. Just don't shoot me specifically with the laser.
I will not shoot you specifically
I've been
with the
shot
laser.
twice with the fucking lasers on this goddamn ship.
One time was the sandblaster.
The sandblaster, that's right. I forgot.
So yeah, Prosper looks through his file. He's like, "Mr.
I high
Higgins,
five
it was
Wu.
the sandblaster."
Yeah, Wu looks at Higgs really closely, and he's like, "You are much more attractive than someone I would have expected to look after being shot with sand thrower. That's a lot of sand." Kind of like squints. Good job.
Oh, it got places, if you know what I'm saying. It took a while to clean that out.
Yes, sand in underpants. I understand.
Yes. Sand in under ancient Chinese saying, Woo. Sand in underpants. No bueno.
He stops and he's like, no ancient Chinese.
It is an ancient saying, Woo, from my planet. The ancient of Chinese.
Higgs. That was it.
It's not.
It is.
So you guys want to just go and suit up and head out there?
Yeah, I wear my assault armor. I guess it works all the same.
Do we all need to go out there? I guess I say that in character.
No,
I'm
you don't
like, do we all need to go out there?
Once again, Sakarian kind of looks around at the others and waits.
Well,
I will go.
I believe it'll be enough if Prosper and I go, and you guys can monitor from here. It's an orbital bombardment. He has nothing to land
you
except
might
for.
need Hicks. You might need Hicks. I mean, you never know.
You do never know when you'll need someone like Higgins.
I should trademark that and sell it.
Either way, it's fine. But
I'll go with the two of you if you want. That's fine. We'll leave
Great.
Wu and Piana here on the ship. I'll see you guys in 0-100 hours. I just kind of like do that and walk off.
So just to remind everybody, I'll reread the vac suit stats. So standard tech level 4 vac suit is designed to allow the wearer to survive in both hard vacuum and on most inhospitable planetary surfaces, of which this is one. The suit protects against ordinary levels of cosmic radiation and provides a temperature-controlled atmosphere, so you won't burn up or freeze. Vac suits have a radio with a 10-kilometer range. Vac suit oxygen tank weighs 1 encumbrance included in the weight of the suit and provides oxygen for 6 hours. Vac suits are cumbersome and apply a -2 penalty to all hit rolls and skill checks that require movement. If you have culture spacer or exosuit skill at 0 or better, you can ignore that penalty. You can't wear armor on top of or under a vac suit, but the suit itself grants 7 armor to wearers. It requires 1 Type A power cell for each 12 hours of operation.
and I can just wear my assault armor, right?
Yeah, so your assault armor is similar, but a little bit different in that I think the time for certain things might be a bit different. Let me double check for you.
But basically, we're each going to need to bring like 4 air canisters and 2 power cells in order to get out there. Well, I guess it'd be like 8 and 4 because we need to get out there and back. Should we bring extra for Rajani?
How many vac suits do you have?
I bought 4.
Surely we have 1 per person. So if there's 3 of us going out, then we can bring 1 extra.
Yeah.
The other thing is like you don't have extra vac suit air canisters lying around. You could jury rig some from the ship's life cycle.
I know we failed the landing, but why can't we just re-land closer?
There's a storm.
A storm.
Yeah. You can walk under it, but you couldn't land on top of it.
It's so heavy, you guys. Jesus.
It's very challenging.
Have I regained all my HP? It's been like not even a day, has it?
Oh no, you're all at the same shitty hit points that you had before.
I'm not fucking going then. Fuck
Higgs,
honestly, like here's the thing. You guys have been awake for like 24 hours plus straight. Plus, several of you are operating on either psychic influence or adrenaline shots. So, like Piani, chances of you passing out on the ship while they're gone are pretty high. And yeah, like you literally just went
I'm not going
off the ship into the atmosphere onto the planet. So you're all feeling pretty rough.
Sicarian is emotionally ravaged, but otherwise actually doing just fine.
Yeah, totally.
Prosper feels pretty good.
I go.
But if we don't have enough air and there's no canisters, this seems to be a pretty. I don't know. We're not going to be like, well, we should suffocate within about a mile of it.
The less
die.
Do we not have enough?
The less people that go, the more you can cannibalize the air canisters from the other.
All right,
I'm not going,
all right.
so.
Then only our designated away team goes.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's the away team?
It's Sicarian and Prosper. The dynamic duo.
Alright. So
That's fun.
Sicarian, Prosper, and then an extra suit and what? 2 canisters a piece.
Whatever it would take to get there.
Yeah.
If we have it.
Like if it's a day there, then that's like what, 24 hours, which means 4 canisters.
No,
to
not 24.
there.
Like a day, not a full 24-hour. I mean, plus this planet doesn't have 24-hour day cycles, but that's neither here nor there.
So what? It's like 8 hours of walking.
8 to 12 hours, depending on the weather and how fast.
So we'll bring. I guess we need to bring 4 canisters per person because we need to get out there and back. So yeah.
Okay. So who's gonna make the extra canisters?
Who? How? What?
What? Extra
The-
canisters?
The fabricator on the ship will make them.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Make
What do you mean by who makes them?
Well, like, because you have to
Whoa.
jury rig them out of like pressurized containers and the.
I start
like, you
jarring
don't-
parts immediately at him, basically. Just
Yeah.
right now.
Woo can do it.
Yeah, can Wu do it?
Do you trust Wu to do it?
I'm not
No,
going,
what?
so yes.
What kind of skill would it take?
Tech astronautics, probably, or tech. If you have the spacer, you could do it.
Yeah, like I think Wu has got this one.
Man, you guys are trusting. Just put this in my hands.
No. No. So
yeah, like
we start discussing this. We're like,
Yeah.
who should make air canisters so that we can barely make it to this thing to save this woman? Right?
That was the discussion. Yeah.
I guess my alternative would be like, well, we could wait for the storm to dissipate, right? Do we have any intel on when that would happen? If this is a day-long walk, it looks like we have a window of time to potentially do that.
That's true. Yeah.
Also, we asked them if they have suits. Did they say they have none?
Yeah. Nobody's asked.
Didn't I ask?
No, I
Johnny.
asked them, they said they had supplies, but you could get back in touch with her. Sure.
It's Prosper. How are you feeling? Listen,
Because
do
the
you
other
happen to have any vac suits or any canisters of air?
She says no, we don't have any vac suits, but we could possibly rig something up if you need extra air when you get here. The facility has life support systems.
You have a vehicle.
Yes, we do. I have not been to the garage, but there is a Jeep that we can use.
So we can get back faster than we get there. That's good. Thank you very much. Click.
Okay.
as he hangs up, my head hangs a little bit, or she could come out and meet us halfway.
Oh, they don't have suits, so if she goes outside, she'll get
Ah,
suffocated.
We still have to bring her a suit.
When you hang up, you catch me like mid-sentence, and I'm talking to Wu. I say, Wu, you were made in China. Can't you make these in China? You could probably make these canisters perfectly, and we'll just put "Made in Wu." You know, with
I'm going to destroy you.
no, you're not.
Not today, not tomorrow, but someday, Higgs.
You are
I'm going
now.
to destroy you.
You're now the bad guy in one of those spy movies, Wu. That's what you've become.
Oh, I'm Dr. No now, am I?
Perhaps
You are an asshole, Higgs.
Well-
And he just leaves the room.
you're an evil space villain, so suck on that.
All right. So what's the plan?
Well,
Do you guys- you
let
have
me
2
ask one
suits?
other question. The bunker obviously has air.
Yes. Yeah. It has
So
an air cycler.
upon arriving there, can they use the existing supply of air to refill the canisters in order to make the trip back?
Absolutely.
Peony, there's a reason we keep you around.
You got kind of Italian there, Prosper.
Yeah, it was a little bit-
Molto bene.
All right. So yes, that is a
Yanni drift.
completely valid plan. You can totally do that.
Cool.
Do you guys want to do that? You want to take the canisters, just
Bring-
refill them when you get there?
We'll bring 6 canisters total.
You don't have 6 canisters. You have 4.
Fuck.
All right, like
Well,
you said, we'll
Higgs
bring
is
the
a-
12 air canisters with the Jeep that we have. All right,
Adam,
we'll get-
can we just loot the planet? Like, I mean, it's dead, so.
If you were to go to a city, yes, there would be lots of looting to be done. Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you guys suit up. You get the extra suit, and you have 1 canister to spare. Besides that one, if you take the canister off the 4th suit,
Cool.
and you head out into the storm.
And we've calculated that's enough, correct?
Yeah, because each one is 6 hours of travel. You've got
Okay.
extras for each of you. You'll be fine.
All right.
And Delta
Sure.
rigs like an extra canister.
I bring my plasma projector and regular assortment of everything that I have, basically.
Cool.
Okay.
Laser rifle.
Let's take our break here then. Does that work, Adam?
Yeah, that's
Monoblade
perfect. Yeah.
pistols.
All right. We'll take our break here. We're going 3 hours tonight, so we got 2 hours left. We'll be right back, guys. More of week 15 of RollPlay Swan Song coming up right after this. We'll see you guys soon.